If you don't get anything else out of the sermon, out of the worship service today, get that. Okay? That's it. That's the whole thing right there. Now I'm going to, go on for another 19 minutes about that, but that's the whole point right there, okay? Know that. We're in the middle of a sermon series called Chosen. It's your destiny. Do you feel like your life's on track to something? You feel significance, purpose, identity? You know whose you are. You know who you are. That's what this whole sermon series is about. Knowing that you're chosen. Knowing that God created you. God forms you. Each and every moment. Each and every day. That God calls you. There's a purpose for your life. Today that you are meant to be planted and rooted beside beautiful, abundant waters. I want you to take a moment. I want you to close your eyes. Close your eyes. No one's going to get you. Close your eyes. I want you to think and feel for a moment. Do you feel chosen? Do you think you're called? Are you experiencing the planting and rooting in your life? Or does everything feel pretty opposite of that? Do you feel chaotic? Do you think life's a mess? Are you experiencing being off course? Open your eyes. Our experience of life teaches us that being chosen, called, planted, and rooted isn't something that we feel each and every moment of our lives. You all in different circumstances and situations. Some of you know and feel and are experiencing a deep rootedness in your life, and others of you find yourself adrift this morning. Wherever you are at, I want you to be able to walk out of here today knowing that it is possible to experience this plantedness, this rootedness, this thing that we call abundant life. This thing the Bible calls eternal life. A constant life, rather than temporary. One that you look around and go, God is here. God is watering the plants of my soul. God is nourishing my very being. Being chosen doesn't necessarily, though, make you feel chosen. Knowing that, believing it up here, doesn't necessarily translate into life. Because if you're like me, I assume that we at least share some experiences in common with one another. There's many times that I can be like, oh man, I'm in the presence of God. My life's just lit up and feels great. I feel like I have purpose and significance. And then literally like 4 minutes later, I'm adrift. Okay? Falling apart. Chaotic. A mess. Sometimes it just takes a couple of moments or minutes. Sometimes a phone call comes rushing in. It changes everything. Oftentimes when I'm in this kind of place in my life, I pick up the phone and I call my dad. Now, you've heard a little bit of my story if you've been around here a few months, and you know my dad and I don't always necessarily see eye to eye on faith. He comes from a very, very fundamentalist, conservative background, okay? He listens to these sermons every week, by the way, so. Love you, Dad. And like a child often does with their parents, I talk about my life. And like parents often do with their children, even their very, very adult children, they try to tell you how to live your life. And my father's one of those guys. He is always trying to solve my problems. And I go, Dad, I got it. I get it, right? But so often, where our faith doesn't align, it gets even into the words of the song. So you go, you just need to trust God. Just trust God. Just bask in the presence of God. And in the moment, I'm like, Dad, yeah, do you know who you're speaking to? I'm the preacher. I tell people this stuff, right? And yet, where I land so often is, Dad, but how does one actually do that? It's not like there's just a light switch in my head that I flip and all of a sudden I go from anxiety to, oh, I trust in God. We're good. God's got this. It doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. It's too abstract, right? It's not just a flip of a switch. It's not just thinking it the right way and all of a sudden everything works out well. It's not just about going, I'm planted, I'm rooted, I'm chosen, I'm called. I'm a child of the Son of God. Yep, life's good now. Right? It doesn't just work that way in our brains. There has to be something concrete. There has to be something tangible to it. There has to be something that actually gets me out of my mess. Because here's the thing. I think one of the biggest problems in our modern day life is that you and I are just like this kid right here. We think we're pretty strong. I mean, we know we're messed up, but it's like, if I try hard enough, if I put in enough time, enough energy, enough money, enough personality, enough intelligence, enough of something, then I can bend this life and these circumstances the way that I want them. Now here's the thing. You and I both know that's not true. It's a myth. It's like my son. Just like in this picture, Dad, feel these. I go over these. Am I the strongest? Yeah, buddy, you're the strongest. And then he gets that look in his eyes like, that's just my dad telling me that. I don't say anything, right? Like, I'm a dad. I'm like, yeah, let's talk about that, right? Let's talk about you being strong and capable and all those things, because I want him to know that. But I also know, after all of my decades of existence, there's no way that I can bend this life into what I want and how I want it. The fact is, I'm not in control. When I look around the congregation, I see a lot of your lives you have no control over. You don't. You can't fix your body. You can't get rid of the cancer. You can't bend the disease. You want to. You're desperate to. But there's no amount of bending life that's going to fix the circumstance. Where it's at. Whether it's a big thing like that, all the many other anxieties and stressors in our lives, we cannot bend them. At the first service, I walked in, and Just saying, hey, how you doing? Doing the whole thing, you know, my pastor thing, the 40-second conversations I have with all of you. How you doing? What's going on, right? I said, how's your week? The person looked back and said, it was ferocious. It was ferocious. Sometimes life is ferocious. Sometimes it literally eats us for lunch. And there's not much we can do about it. The circumstances, the situations are not ones that we can make. We can't make our boss do what we want them to. We can't make our spouse do what we want them to. We can't make our kids do what we want them to. We can't make people into the people that we want them to be. And guess what? They can't make us into who they want us to be either. If this is true of people, it's definitely true of circumstances. Anyone feel that way? Anyone in the middle of that part of life? So here's how I handle it. It's on the screen right here. Okay? This is Justin Spurlock's Messed Up Mentality 101 right here. Okay? So, I'm the guy who goes, no, I don't care. I will try to bend it all into being. I will make it my way, and it just requires more caffeine. More coffee. Oftentimes on Sunday mornings, what you see is a highly caffeinated Justin Spurlock. When you think I'm just uber duper friendly, that's just the third cup of coffee talking right there. Okay? And I bet that you all have your thing that you utilize to push you further and farther. To extend your energy, to extend your time, to extend your finances, to extend your perception of control over life. You think, if I just give more, if I put in more, then I can fix it. I can make it better. I can win this battle. And here's what happens. See, I love coffee. When coffee takes a hold of me and it becomes the thing that I'm using to manipulate myself in life, it's become a horrible thing. We all have our drugs of choice. Some of you get uber duper, like controlling. You grasp whatever you can control in your life and you beat it to a pulp. Some of you stay in bed. Some of you just stay in bed. You know, I'm just going to let life pass me by. I just need to. Some of you are like me, it's caffeine, lack of sleep. 4 o'clock in the morning, I'm still working on something. Some of you, it's alcohol. Some of you, it's drugs. Some of you, it's some other addiction. Some of you, it's food. We all find our ways of doing this to ourselves in life. It messes us up. It messes up our relationships. It begins to destroy us. And we look around and we go, I'm in the desert. I'm not planted. I'm not beside these abundant waters. Look around our lives and it looks like this. Now here's the thing that happens in those conversations with my dad. So we go back and forth. Dad keeps telling me he's trusting God. Well, in the presence of God, just spend more time with God, Justin. I spent all week with God, Dad. It's my whole job. Somewhere, he gets frustrated with me, and he goes, just stop. Stop. now you've landed on something tangible. I need to stop. It's not about another cup of coffee, or staying up another hour to work, or putting in more energy, or trying to throw money at it. It's not about anything that I can control. In fact, what is needed here is I need to stop. People walk into my office for pastoral counseling. The thing I almost always tell them, stop. Just stop. You are a rat on the wheel. Stop. Here's what happens when we stop. We see, we hear, we smell, we taste, we feel. We use all of these senses of ours to become aware of where we are at, who we are at the moment, who God is in our lives. And when we stop, this wonderful, beautiful thing begins to happen. All of the many things that we think we're trying to control and manipulate and make into being change, it all stops too. And what begins to happen are simple things. I began to drink less coffee, or less bourbon. I begin to sleep more. I begin to take care of myself. Not because I'm like on this treadmill trying to like look perfect, but just because I can't keep up with this rhythm any longer. I stop. Just breathe. And when that happens, I start to see people. I start to see the sunrise, the mountains, the green grass, beautiful flowers. I begin to hear gorgeous music. I begin to have better conversations because now I'm present in the moment. And what happens is what I thought was a desert all of a sudden begins to flourish with abundance of people and many things all around me in my life. And I wake up and I realize I am not in a desert. I'm in the bountiful creation of Almighty God. It's been here the whole time if I would just stop. There's a reason why we say stop. Stop, Moses. Right? Stop. And all of a sudden, what happens is maturity. Being planted and rooted in one. I don't have to control this anymore. There is a God who's in charge. There's a God who's responsible. It is not on me. Stop. Look around. Listen. See. Become aware. Be present. Be in the moment. Stop trying to manipulate, control, and might and strengthen this thing into being. Because you and I can't. And all of a sudden, our thirst is quenched. Our hunger all of a sudden turns into feeling full. And not because our circumstance changed. Not because the situation is any different. Planted and rooted people still go through all of the garbage of life. All of the stuff still keeps happening. But you're no longer trying to do something you weren't designed to do in the first place. And all of a sudden I go, that was right. Just need to dwell in the presence of God, and it's not some abstract thing. It's actually very very simple and very pure. I just need to stop. And if you're wondering what that looks like, walking in here this morning is one of those stoppings in life. It's not so much that we go to church, it's that we stop into it. You hear me? You made a tangible, concrete action that most people in your world did not choose this morning. You carved out a little space. You said, I'm going to go and be the people of God. I'm going to sing some songs. I'm going to pray some prayers. I'm going to hear the words of Scripture spoken over me. I'm going to shake hands. I'm going to give hugs. I'm going to look people in the eye. And I'm going to have people look into my soul. That's stopping. That's looking around. That's listening. You can do it tomorrow too. Carve out a little space in your life tomorrow. Even if it's just 5 minutes, just stop. Look around. Who's there? Who can you pay attention to? Who can you reach out and grab a hold of and say, I want to get to know you better. Let me into your life. Here's who I am. Maybe somewhere later this week you're able to get up and watch the sun rise, or take a small walk, or get up into those mountains. Maybe it's opening up the Scriptures and spending a little time in them. Maybe it's yoga. Maybe it's mindfulness. Maybe it's meditation. Maybe it's just simply sitting down with the most significant person in your life and just being there with them. All of these things are the people and things and steps and places that God has put in our lives for us to stop. Just be. To stop. Just trust. And what happens is you become planted by those waters. You hear the words of Jeremiah echoed in that song. The Lord is my shepherd. I shall not want. He makes me lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside still waters. He restores my soul. He leads me in the paths of righteousness for His name's sake. And even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil. For you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. You prepare a table before me in the midst of my enemies. You anoint my head with oil. My cup overflows. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell